And Kern County is bracing for the possible release of those inmates. In the wake of AB 109 nearly 2 years ago, the DA's office has tracked a significant increase in low-level crimes. It's a spike that defense attorneys blame partially on the county's image of heavy-handed justice. And while both sides agree that justice must be served, 23 ABC's Mike Hart reports that's as close as they can come to finding a solution.
I care about the green snare because I've had that for 16 years.
Tanner Byram had his unique and expensive Montanari snare drum stolen out of the trunk of his car in the driveway of his home.
I've recorded hundreds of sessions with that snare, and now it's gone, so I hope I can get it back.
The former Big House drummer left the drum and other equipment in the car with plans to unload it the next morning, but someone else did it for him. Byram says it's the third time his family's been victimized in the past year.
The saying used to be, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Now what the criminals say is, now's the time to do the crime.
Without opportunity, crime's going to be inevitable.
Kern County has witnessed a spike in theft and drug abuse cases since the implementation of AB 109 in October of 2011 that sent nearly 40,000 low-level inmates back to counties around the state. Problem is, with no jail space, many of them ended back out on the street where they got into trouble again.
Now, the amount of traffic that's going in and out of Kern County Superior Court has increased dramatically over the last 18 months. The DA's office estimates the number of felony case filings has increased by 38%. Now, when it comes to the limited funds available to deal with low-level criminals, well, the DA's office and public defender differ greatly on how to spend it.
What is the best way to promote safe streets and reduce taxpayer cost? And that does not always mean lock them up.
The Legislative Analyst's Office estimates the average cost of housing an inmate in California to be nearly $48,000 a year. Conrad Moore with the Public Defender's Office says Kern County, in particular, has spent more money to incarcerate criminals in the past and now lack the support system to help rehabilitate them through programs like drug counseling and job training.
If somebody is branded as a felon, and I'm talking about low-level drug possessors, that person is essentially disenfranchised in many instances from ever being able to re-enter the job market.
We have taken away the punishment aspect of criminal behavior.
Assistant DA Scott Spillman says most low-level offenders are given multiple chances to get help before they ever see the inside of a jail cell.
When you look at the people that are habitually committing these crimes that are getting out, they know they're getting out. They absolutely know it.
Because of the reduced sentences, Spillman says the majority of criminals will pass on diversion programs to be released much sooner with no supervision where they're likely to fall into the same routine.
If you legalized all drugs today, we would not see a decrease in the number of criminals. All we would see is that we decriminalize something.
Oh my God! As for Tanner, he got lucky. Through a strange series of events, his drum and most of what was taken was found at the swap meet on Union Avenue.
That's what happened. I got my snare back.
For most people, there is no joy, no finding lost treasure, only the empty feeling of what was taken and probably will never be returned. In Oildale, Mike Hart, 23 ABC.